Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Spring and today Machi and I are back with part 2 of 3 of our Beginner Muaythai Series, introducing you to Muay Thai if you're completely starting out and you want to kind of have like a head start before you jump into a gym, or you want a refresher after your first couple of classes. You're at the right spot. So video number 1, go check that out. I'll link it in the description below. We had a look at our basic Muay Thai stance, how to get into the stance, whether you're orthodox or you're southpaw, and then moving forward and backwards in our stance, getting comfortable, feeling that rhythm and the width in our feet. We also had a look at our jab cross, the straight punches, and our push kicks, lead side, and then rear side. All right, so part 2 today, we're gonna have a look at our hooks, up, and also knees. And one more thing, elbows. All right, so let's get started. Going back to just recapping our stance first of all. So getting comfortable. So again, rear side, always the power side. If my right hand's my preferred hand, keep that at the back. Orthodox stance, left legs forward and rear legs back. Again, you can use that line as a guide, so you can tape the floor if you want to, just to practice. Going back into your stance, going forward, so you're stepping, keeping width, knees bent and backwards. Step, step, and again forward. Gonna add some lateral steps today as well, guys. And back, step. Okay, so from wherever you are now, let's go sideways. If I'm going to my lead side, lead my front foot first, yeah? So if you're practicing usually shadow boxing, it'd be good to do it in front of a full-length mirror, just so you can see what you're doing with your feet and how your posture is when you're striking. So from here, I can see the kind of camera here, and I can see that my feet, where they're moving. So I step on my lead side, and I readjust my back foot in, not crossing the line over here. So again, stepping to your lead side, little steps, keep your hands up, guard up. And now stepping to the rear side, step. Step, step, step. Actually so hot. Such a warm day today. And step, lead side. So these are your lateral movements. And to the rear side, step. And let's go forward and backwards one more time. Forward. So again, keeping squared, keeping my toes pointing a little bit out, backwards. I don't want to turn my front foot inwards, yeah? So have your toes pointing out. And time. Okay, so let's have a look at our hooks. So from there, in your stance, I want you guys to kind of transfer your weight to one leg and transfer to the other. So just have that feeling of transferring your weight one leg to the other, not going forward and back, but more kind of like triangle motion this way, one leg to the other. Now from there, after I transfer my weight, I'm going to pull it back for the hook, up, and the hands come back. So again, hook, elbow, wrist, knuckles, one straight line. I load the hook, or I kind of start the motion by bringing my weight forward. And then as I bring my weight back, I unravel the hook and I bring it back into my guard. Again, rhythm, lean, hook. So I don't really want to say lean, because leaning kind of like indicates that you're losing your balance. It's more just kind of transferring your weight. Yeah, so weight transfer, hook, and then reset. Weight transfer, hook, reset. You can also step with the hook with your front leg, or you can just do it on the spot when you're starting out learning the hook. For Muay Thai, you don't really want to pivot too much with that front leg, just because it starts getting open for leg kicks. So just make that a little bit shorter. But kind of like pop the hip into it a little bit, and hands come back to your head. Rear hook, again, weight transfer, hook to the head and back. So you're aiming for like the temple of your partner, your opponent, hit and back, hit and back. So for my hook, I can either punch this way, palm down, or palm facing yourself. That's up to you, your own preference. You can practice both just to get used to it, but whichever one it is, make sure your wrists are in strong alignment and you're not kind of like having your wrists off alignment. So again, when you're punching, really dangerous otherwise. Break your wrists, break your hands. Transfer your weight, hook and back. Weight transfer, hook, up and back. Yeah? Again, keeping weight, soft knees. Exhale as you strike. Twist and strong through the core. Twist, up, and twist, hook. Okay, so moving around and practicing your hook. So now in your steps, you got your forward, backwards, lateral steps. Practice just your single hooks. Moving forward, moving backwards. Move around, nice and slow. Weight transfer, hook. Weight transfer, hook. Yeah, go forward. Opposite hand is up, nice and high. Chin tucked in. And back. Moving. Two more. All right, so that's your basic hooks. Let's have a look at our knees. Knees, I want to see you guys, first of all, quick point with the knees. Supporting leg, I'll tell you guys now to come up nice and tall into a calf raise. Yeah, so don't want to see any knees where you're really flat-footed and you're falling back on your weight. So we're here, when you're throwing a knee, nice and tall and come back. So knee technique. Facing you guys, just follow along in your Muay Thai stance. Find your rhythm step, or you take one step forward with the front leg, just a little step. Now when I'm stepping forward, don't want it to actually step into the center line. So you guys see the difference there? Kind of like that center line. If I throw a knee now, I'm going to lose balance. So from here, when I take a step, it's a little bit out to my lead side, or pointing to the 45. So wherever my toes are pointing, I'm going to take a step that way. All right, so again, rhythm. First, initiate the knee, take a step. After that, I'm going to bring that rear leg, drive the kneecap straight down the middle, again, in towards the belly. Drop that same side hand that you're striking with, and point your toes. Bum, and back. So keep that trajectory smooth, ground to target, 45 degrees, step, one smooth line, and back. So from the side, go this way first. Rhythm, initiate your knee with a step, 1, drive up, 2, and bring it back. I kind of counterbalance the movement of the knee with a slight lean back, but try not to over-exaggerate the lean back. So you don't want to kind of knee and fall backwards into it. You still want to have majority of that weight and power going into the opponent or target, but just countering your balance. So I kind of not want to fall into the knee, which is why we take a slight lean back, okay? So we're here, rhythm, little step, drive, and back. So really push into that calf, step, hip, back. Again, focusing on thrusting your hip into the target. Couple more, step, hip, and back. Back into your stance. Rhythm first. Try and move from rhythm and come back to rhythm. We're here, step, knee, back. Soft, step, knee, and back. Move around, practice your footwork. You've got your lateral steps, forward and backwards. I'll show you from this side. You can move in your space, get comfortable with that knee. Stepping forward, knee, back. So again with that knee, hitting straight down the center line. So I want to hit, you can kind of hit to the ribs over here, which is fine, or it's dead in the center, but not across the line. So I kind of don't want to knee and lose my balance out this way. Whenever I'm kneeing, straight down the line, bump, and back. Okay, so from this side, let's do 5 more. Step, knee, and back. Exhale as you strike. Chin tucked in, opposite hand is up. 3 more, step. Last 2. 1 more, step, and drive it nice and high. Okay, so left knee or your lead side. So when I talk about left, it's my lead side, but all the southpaws, that's your rear side. So let's have a look at the lead knee. When we're here, for lead knee, a couple of ways to set it up, but for today we're going to introduce you guys to the switch. You're going to use this in the next video for your switch kick, so let's start now with learning that switch. So we're here. To initiate strikes on the lead side, sometimes we use this movement here, where we're swapping our feet, generating momentum and getting that body moving to generate power on the lead side. Because if I was just to lift my leg up here and try and strike, it's not as powerful as bringing that back now to my rear side, and I can generate power into the strike, okay? So practicing just the switch. Forget about the hands for now. Go into your comfortable Muay Thai stance and swap your legs, okay? Again, soft knees, swap. So you're kind of just going, mirroring what your feet were doing before, and swap. When I land, I have my weight in the balls of my feet. Now, because I know I'm going to strike on my lead side, after you switch, make sure you go a little bit out to the right side for me, yeah? So it'll be my rear side, or whichever your rear side is, that direction there. I switch, and I kind of prefer my weight and my step over in that direction. And again, switch, okay? After the switch, so keep your hands relaxed. After the switch, my weight's ready on my new lead leg here to drive up for the knee, and then I can just recover comfortably for now. So from the side, we're here. Go back into your Muay Thai stance. We switch, hit, bump, and come back. One more time. Put that all together. Switch, knee, back into your stance. So don't forget all the points. Calf raise, swing the arm down, chin tucked in, and drive through your hips. Up and back. Nice and soft through the legs, and then boom, nice and powerful through the switch. Again, move around, knee. So with the knee, guys, when I'm kneeing, just watch my foot on my knee leg. Don't want to kind of knee and have my foot flex this way. The shape that I want you guys to practice is having your toes pointed and your heel as close to your bum as you can. So kneeing leg, switch, drive. Make that as sharp as you can. Drive up, bum, and back. So you don't want to be sloppy with the knee and have it kind of just coming forward. Point your shin all the way back, tuck your calf as close to your hamstring as you can. Okay, 5 more with that switch. Move around, practice your footwork, switch knee, recover, nice and tall. Two more. Last one. And back to stance. Nice work. Okay, so let's have a look at our elbows. We're gonna have a look at just the horizontal elbows today, tucking the hand in to the opposite armpit and then swinging and powering through the hip. So elbows and knees are about the same range. They're a much shorter weapon. The shortest weapon in Muay Thai will be our elbows. We get nice and close to your partner and then try and hit them with the blade of the elbow over there. So stepping forward, let's have a look at the rear side first, okay? So rear side, take a step with the lead foot, just like your jab cross. You know how we had jab cross, step, step, and back? Same thing, do the same footwork for your jab cross, but at the end of that movement, instead of a cross, tuck your hand in, fold your wrist, make sure it's really relaxed. Fold it, and now power through the hips, pop, and back. So when I'm doing my elbows, I don't want to kind of like tighten my wrist and try and clobber someone this way or kind of like bludgeon them with the forearm. You want to relax your hand and think of it as a slicing motion. It's a slice rather than a thump. You can thump someone, but as in if you're trying to cut, it's like a slice, okay? So here, relax rhythm, step, just like your jab cross, move yourself in. Important not to lean with the elbow. So important that I get actually close enough to my target. There's a really short range weapon, but I gotta get close enough to hit them, okay? Rather than thinking I'm gonna try and lean forward and hit them. So bring my feet into range, from there, hit. So power from the elbow, it doesn't come from the shoulders swinging, it comes from the legs and your hips. Step, hit, and back. Nice and tight. Step forward. Try turn the hip nice and quick. Chin tucked in, and move. Practice your movements, footwork. When you're ready, step in, and hit. That's your rear elbow. Let's do 2 more. Step, hit, back. Recover, hit, and back. Okay, lead elbow. Similar to your jab. Stepping forward. Now powering through the lead side, lead hip. Up. Okay, so again, folding the wrist over, really comfortable. Slide it into your opposite armpit. Bring it there. And then turn your hip. Again, step forward, hit, and back. So the motion and the range for the lead elbow is much shorter. You won't feel like you're able to power it up as much as your rear side because you're not getting that nice rotation there. But you still want to try and visualize bringing the weight and the power to your left hip. So you're stepping forward, hit, and back. You can bring your rear foot forward as well just to recover here. Or you're practicing just your single elbows, hit, and bring it back here. Okay, 2 more. Step. Nice and relaxed. Last one, step. And shake it out a little bit. Okay, let's recap today's class. So we had boxing stance. We started looking at our lateral steps. Stepping across to your left and to your right, or your lead and your rear side. Just adding on from our last class or your first session, we did forward and backward stepping. Then from there, we had a look at our hooks. So from here, we had weight transfer, hook, weight transfer, hook. Again, with the hooks, either turning palm down, palm towards you, completely up to you, but still just straight line, yeah? Elbow to your knuckle. Again, weight transfer, hook, weight transfer, hook. Okay, next weapon that we had to look at, introducing you to the knees. Important point, the knees, pushing through the hip and lifting up, heel comes off the ground. So I drive up onto the balls of my feet and I drive through the target. So again, push off, step. I'm initiating the knee with that little step forward, not straight down towards my partner here. I'm stepping off the line, okay? So I'm here, stepping off the line, move, hit, and then bringing my weight back into my stance. One more time, step, hit, and back. Then we had a look at our switch. So switch motion, just swapping your legs, yeah? Again, swap. Knees are bent, I'm not locking my legs up, I'm not falling flat on my feet. Keep the weight in the balls of your feet, I switch. After the switch, I have my weight preferred on my new lead leg, okay? And then from there, up, power through a strike, and come back. Switch, knee, back, switch, knee. Okay, last one, elbows. Hands nice and high, step forward, rear side, just like your jab cross. Tuck it in, and back, step, step, up, and back. So again, slicing motion, relax your wrists and your fingers, tuck it to the opposite armpit, and burrow your head down, not looking up above your elbow, down, yeah? Left side, step forward, hit, and back. Try and get that motion through your hips, turning the elbows. All right, guys, so that's our second lesson today. First class had a look at the basic stance, your straight linear weapons, jab, cross, push kick, and today we had hook, pop, knee, and elbow. All right, in our next session, we're going to have a look at uppercuts, and we're going to start looking at some roundhouse kicks as well. I'll see you guys in the next video.